Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a hidden world that's living right inside of you, one that's basically mission control for your entire body. I mean, what if I told you that the key to everything, from your mood to how often you get sick, is all about what's going on in your gut? Let's get into it. So, let's kick things off with a huge question that scientists and doctors are really grappling with right now. Why does it feel like more and more of us are dealing with chronic conditions? Things like autoimmune diseases and obesity. Well, the answer might not be somewhere out there. It might be deep inside us. 70%. Okay, just look at that number for a second. What on earth could that mean for your health? Well, as it turns out, pretty much everything. That's right. A whopping 70% of your immune system actually lives in your gut. Now, that doesn't just make your digestive system important, it makes it the absolute command center for your body's entire defense force. And trust me, this command center is not empty. It's home to something that scientists are now calling our hidden metabolic organ. Get this, it weighs about as much as your brain, and its influence is just massive. We're talking, of course, about your gut microbiome. So what is the gut microbiome? Well, imagine a sprawling, bustling city of over 100 trillion tiny organisms living inside you. And these little guys aren't just hitching a ride. No, they're hard at work. They're helping you digest your food, creating essential vitamins, and crucially, they're the ones running that massive immune system we just talked about. But what happens when that bustling city falls into chaos? Well, that state has a name. It's called dysbiosis. It's basically an imbalance where the whole community of microbes gets thrown off kilter. And that disruption can lead to chronic inflammation, which we now know is a key driver behind so many modern diseases. And I mean, just look at the difference here. A healthy gut is kind of like a lush, diverse rainforest. It's strong, it's resilient, and it protects a solid barrier. But when dysbiosis takes over, it's like that rainforest has been clear-cut. The diversity is gone, inflammatory microbes start to take over, and that protective wall, well, it starts to get holes in it. And that crumbling wall is really where the trouble starts. You see, your gut is the main place where your body interacts with the outside world. I'm talking about every single thing you eat and drink. And it's right here that your microbiome runs a constant boot camp for your immune cells, literally teaching them how to behave. So how exactly does this boot camp work? Well, when you eat fiber-rich foods, your good gut bacteria have a feast. And as a sort of thank you gift, they produce these amazing compounds called short-chain fatty acids, or SCFAs. You can think of these SCFAs as the peacekeepers of your gut. They repair your gut wall, keeping it strong, and they basically whisper to your immune system, hey, calm down. That's just a piece of broccoli, not some dangerous invader. But what happens when you don't have enough of those little microbial peacekeepers? When that delicate balance is lost? Well, the consequences can set off a domino effect that spreads way, way beyond your gut. Right, so when dysbiosis weakens that gut lining, you get something called increased intestinal permeability. You've probably heard of it as leaky gut. Imagine your gut wall is a super tightly woven net. Leaky gut is what happens when that net gets holes in it. Suddenly, things that should stay inside, like undigested food bits and toxins, start leaking out into your bloodstream. Your immune system spots these intruders, freaks out, and sounds the alarm, creating inflammation all over your body. And check this out. Researchers are now connecting specific gut imbalances to specific autoimmune diseases. For example, they found that an overgrowth of certain not-so-friendly bacteria is really common in people with rheumatoid arthritis. On the other hand, people with lupus often just have a general shortage of the good guys. These are not just coincidences. They are massive clues pointing right back to the gut. Now, this whole gut connection doesn't stop with autoimmunity. It's also deeply linked to our weight. A lot of it comes down to the ratio between two major groups of gut bacteria. Let's just say one group, the firmicutes, they're a little too good at their job. They can squeeze every last calorie out of the food you eat. And as you can see from this chart, people who are obese often have more of these hyper-efficient bacteria, which means their bodies are literally pulling more energy from the exact same meal. Okay, I know this might all sound a little intense, but here is the fantastic news. You are not stuck with the microbiome you have. Not at all. You can actively change it. You are in the driver's seat. So here's the action plan. The research really points to 5 key lifestyle areas. It all starts with diet, of course, that's your most powerful tool. But it's also about managing stress, which can directly mess with your gut microbes. Getting good quality sleep gives your gut time to repair itself. Staying active actually promotes more diversity down there. And finally, being smart about things like antibiotics is key to preventing unnecessary damage to that precious ecosystem. When it comes to your gut, diet is the single most powerful lever you can pull, period. The whole game is about feeding your good bacteria. And what do they love? They love fiber from all kinds of plants, probiotic foods like yogurt and kefir that bring in new friends, prebiotic foods like garlic and onions, which are like fertilizer for the good guys, and anti-inflammatory omega-3s. And of course, just as important is what you limit. Things like processed foods, tons of refined sugar, and certain artificial additives, well, they feed the wrong kinds of bacteria, promoting the exact dysbiosis and inflammation we're trying to fix. I love this advice from Dr. Noelia Rodriguez because it just makes us all feel so doable. You don't have to completely change your life overnight. Just start small. Make simple swaps, like adding lentils to your spaghetti sauce. The whole goal is to make the healthy, gut-friendly choice the easy choice. So where is all this science heading? Well, things are moving incredibly fast. And honestly, the future of medicine is looking more and more gut-centric. We're actually moving beyond just general advice and into some seriously personalized therapies based on the microbiome. I'm talking about treatments like fecal microbiota transplants, where a healthy microbiome is literally transferred to a patient, and super targeted probiotics designed to fix a specific imbalance. This is not science fiction anymore. This is a monumental shift from just managing symptoms to potentially fixing the root cause. So here's the final thought I want to leave you with. We often think of our health problems as these separate, isolated issues, right? A skin issue over here, some joint pain over there. But what if the common thread, the root cause for so many of them, has been living inside us this whole time? The real question to ask yourself is this: could your gut be the missing piece of your health puzzle?